We are live with the second episode of Midweek Motivation, this week's Black Motivation broadcast. And we're here with the beautiful, wonderful, amazing, talented Dawn Moss of the Carolina Kitchen. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm super excited to be here. Hello, everyone.
Yes.
You know, you never cease to amaze me. You're always doing something innovative, and I'm excited about your future.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And so you are executive managing partner of Carolina Kitchen, Miss Black USA 1996, and a producer and CEO of Good Girls Getting Better. You wear a lot of hats. So how do you keep all the balls rolling?
For the grace of God.
Amen.
It becomes easier. Yeah. You just wake up and you make it happen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
let no grass grow under your feet. You just believe you can, and then you just do it. And when the door shuts, another one opens, you just wait. It requires a tremendous amount of patience.
Yes. So very true.
Mm-hmm.
And so what made you get into the restaurant business, and what advice do you have for those who eventually want to run their own restaurant?
Don't do it. I fell into the restaurant business by accident. The company that I worked for, the Carolina Kitchen, we were a marketing firm first. So the marketing entity of our company started to expand, and the restaurant needed some help. So I would fill in a gap for one of the other executives every Sunday. I started working one day a week, and I started learning how to do it. And then probably a year after I got started, the restaurant burnt down.
Wow.
And so, and so I kind of left and went back to New Jersey and got further into production. I got back in the studio and aligned myself up with the Miss Black USA organization. And I produced a pageant, Miss Black New Jersey, on the state level. And I heard that the national organization was going to be going to Gambia. So I put in a bid for that, and I won it, and I ended up producing in Gambia, West Africa, over there for like 4 months. Yeah, so
awesome.
After I got back from Africa, I did a little bit of work, and then I started working for Verizon. It was Bell Atlantic at the time. It just changed over. I was working as a sales rep for their corporate office, and I didn't like my job. And so the position that I wanted, the supervisor that I had at the time told me that it would take me 20 years to get to the position that I was most interested in. I was like, what? I don't have that kind of time.
Right.
So I quit. And then I moved back. I packed up my car and moved down here. And that's when I got into the restaurant business. We opened our second location in Largo. And so I got back involved and still here doing the thing.
Doing the thing. Yes. And so how the pandemic affected the restaurant, and how have you made the adjustment with the pandemic?
How did I say that again?
How has the pandemic affected Carolina Kitchen, and how have you made an adjustment so far?
The adjustment was pretty easy to make because the restaurant business is very, it has a lot of moving parts. So it's the pandemic, it slowed things down for me a bit where I can concentrate a little bit more on one particular area, which was carry out. So once I started concentrating on that, I developed partnerships with organizations that would help restaurants like ours to stay in business. And World Central Kitchen knocked on our door. I had been known for doing events and productions. And so I got the call directly, and they were like, can you guys provide, if it comes down to it, a couple thousand meals a day? I was like, sure, yeah, we can do it. And so they were like, great, and I submitted the paperwork, and we were doing that ever since.
Wow.
And it really kept our division over here at Hyattsville adjusting to the changes. It kept us busy, and it kept our doors open, to be honest with you. So it really was a blessing for us to be able to kind of stay busy and focus through this epidemic.
Yeah.
And yeah, the numbers are different, but at least I felt like every day I really did have something to look forward to. Coming to work, getting a chance to see the staff. We had to scale down a little bit, and that was, an adjustment too, because there were so many people that were unemployed, at the time. Some liked the idea of being able to be home and collect unemployment, and some were like, no, I want to work. So we just made the adjustment, and every day brought a different challenge, and we just stayed focused. I stayed positive and prayed up, and here we are right now.
Here we are.
I'm still talking about it.
Yes. Awesome. So I'm going to ask you one more question, and then unfortunately we got to come to a close, wrap it up. But what is your favorite part about running Carolina Kitchen? Oh, have we frozen here? You're out and we're back on. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yeah,
your screen had frozen, so I brought you back on.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. So what is your favorite part about running Carolina Kitchen?
My staff, they're great, and we're like family. I like working with people who are positive and energetic, and people that want more out of life. And so we just formed a bond and have developed a relationship. And I mean, just like any family, it's not always perfect, but you just make do, same goal, one goal, one mission.
Yeah.
And that's why I enjoy the most. And cooking. I fell in love with cooking because through this process, there are a lot of challenges as it relates to the food that we make. A lot of companies went out of business, a lot of our suppliers. And then I had started the vegan journey, or vegetarian, and some people call it Presbyterian, because I was eating fish and stuff, but I really just got on the healthy trail.
Yeah.
And I started learning how to cook vegan, plant-based items, and I fell in love with that. So that's the other thing that I love now the most about working in the restaurant is being able to cook and create new dishes that I never even thought that I would be able to do.
That's awesome. So awesome. So, what words would you like to leave our audience with on this week's episode of the Mid Motivation Podcast featuring you, Dawn Moss of Carolina Kitchen?
All right. So the main thing is keeping God first. And throughout this whole, process, it's like, I mean, if you don't have faith and belief in a disciplined prayer life, you're not going to make it. So that's the first thing. The second thing is hope. You have to have a strong desire of hope, looking forward to even waking up the next day. If God willing, you wake up. What can I do to improve my life? What can I do to be better? How can I become healthier? How can I become stronger? Because no one knows what the future holds, And then the final thing is, your health, your wellness, mind, body, and spirit and soul, and figure out a way to make some money. Yes.
So how can we support what you're doing on social media?
Say it again.
How can we support what you're doing on social media and the web?
Right now, my personal website is under construction, but stay tuned because I have a whole wellness initiative that has been being developed throughout this entire process. So that's going to be coming. I'll be making announcements on my social media, which is Facebook and Instagram. I'm Dawn Moss on Facebook, and I'm Dawny Mossy on Instagram. So within the next couple of weeks, all of networks, including yours, because I got a hold and a whiff of your drive and your ambition and your strong, aggressive, assertive, wonderful, beautiful, talented Black woman. And I've been watching you and your journey. I've been watching you transition into just such a wonderful person. And I can see too that you've become even more conscious about your health. Yeah. So stay tuned. Yeah, stay tuned for that. And I'm going to stay plugged into your network. I love what you're doing. And I'd like for you to have me back on during the launch period of the Wealth and Wellness initiative.
For sure. You're number one guest on the list. Okay. For
sure. All right.
Yes. Well, this has been.
I look forward to it.
Yes, I'm excited too, for sure. I'm excited to bring you on and talk about your new initiative and what you're doing, because what you're doing is important to me, and I know you feel the same. And so I definitely want to bring you on to talk about that.
All right, sounds like a plan. You keep going, young girl.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me on.
For sure. It's been an episode of Motivation Podcast. Everyone have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.